Okie dokie. So I have been asked to make a little tutorial on how to get started in making mods for Wurm Unlimited. I use Eclipse, which is this one here. It's a freebie. You can just download it and start using it. It's all good. The other thing you're going to need is you're going to need to decompile the server.jar, which you get from the game basically. You need to make sure that you have the dedicated a lot of folders. You need to make sure you have the Wurm Unlimited dedicated server, which is in your Steam. It's a Steam tool. You can download it. You got to get yourself the mod launcher or mod loader from, I think AGO did that one, which is posted on the forum, and install that one and run the patcher.bat, and then you will get a Wurm server launcher patch.exe, and that's the one you use to launch the server, which means the mods will actually run. Alright, that's the absolute basics. If you haven't got that down, then yeah, you're in big trouble. Alright, so here we go. This is Eclipse. The first thing we want to do is we're going to make a new Java project. I am going to do something silly and useless. So I'm just going to call it joke. Actually, I don't like capitals. Some people use capitals and some people don't. And anyway, all right. The first thing you're going to have to do, it automatically gives you this. Before you forget, if you go to properties on the that first part there, and you go down to Java build path, and you want to add external JARs. This is important. Go to your Wurm Unlimited dedicated server folder, and in there you'll find some JARs. You definitely want server. Common, Java Assist, yeah, I always put those in, and the mod launcher. You don't need Patcher. So definitely want server. More than likely you want mod launcher as well, and the common and Java Assist is, it's all good. It doesn't hurt adding extras in, so it doesn't matter. So what's going to happen is that means that it will use information from those files. So when you go to do actual server stuff, it says, hey, this is what you should be doing. Alright, next thing we need to do is a package, which is there, and we're putting it in the source folder. At the beginning of the name, that's where you add whatever you want the name to be. You could probably just leave it as joke if you really want to, but generally people do org.yourname.wurmunlimited.mods and then the name. Some people do net, and I don't think it really matters at the end of the day, but anyway. So put your name in there, and that's for the package. Now the next thing you want to do is create a file, and I'm going to call it joke. And then you need to make sure you put .java. That's pretty important. If you don't do that, it'll all get messed up. Now we want to put the package name here, which we did as org.coldy Wurm Unlimited. And it's going to be in there somewhere. I'll keep typing. There it is. Got to put your semicolon at the end. And then we're going to do public. Let's just have a look at this one here. Public class, and then the name, and then implement. Joke. Implement. Wurm server mod, I'm pretty sure. Wurm server mod, that's the one, kind of minimum, definitely have to have that. I'll actually just do that. Now, I got a squiggly line, which means there's something wrong, and it says, hey, should we import Wurm server mod from mod loader interfaces? And I'm like, yeah, that's a good idea. And that got rid of that error. So the Eclipse pretty much thinks for you a lot of the time. So And I'll show you another one. We are going to play a message listener. I'm just going to copy that instead of typing it all out. Alright, and it says swirly thing. Well, okay, swirly thing. Import, play a message listener from modulator interfaces. Okay. Now it says swirly under here, and it says you got unimplemented stuff. So we can just click on that, and then play a message came up here. It's got a to do, which gives you a nice blue bit on the side over there. We can get rid of that. Now you can change these arguments. I'm going to change that to message, and I'm going to change that to performer. Okay, so basically what happens in here is this method is checking what people type. And I mean like everything. If they're typing it, it gets checked, which, you know, you can go a little bit overboard. But anyway, all we are going to do is look for the example. Oh, see, I named it communicator. I probably should rename it. Alright, so basically you're checking the message and what is in there, which is that one there. So I think I will change that to communicator because, yeah. There we go. Okay, so we throw ourselves a little if statement in there. If message should be in there. Message, we'll throw ourselves a not equal to null, and there, and message dot starts with is how I did the other one. But you can always have a look at the list. Again, Eclipse tells you kind of what you can do and can't do in there. So value of, there's probably a contains. Let's do contains. Contains. Yep. So if we did contains, we got to make it a string. Now, you could go absolutely crazy because contains is basically if you just put an A, if there is an A anywhere at all in what they've typed, then it's going to, you know, trigger this if statement. It's going to be like, yes, we can do some code. Don't like this thing freaking at me with the swirls, so I'll just do that. There we go. Alright, but we're not going to. We're just going to look for... no, I'm going to change that. I'm going to do starts with, just because I prefer starts with. Yep. Don't need that. I've already got swirly things. Alright, I'm going to put slash joke. There we go. So anytime somebody types and they do slash joke, doesn't matter what they do after that, as long as the first bits are slash joke, then this will get triggered. Let's see, communicator dot we are going to send message, send safe message, I think it's one of them. Send server message. That sends a server message to everyone, so that's just not the player, so that's not what we want. I thought there was a send safe message. Send safe server message. Yeah, let's just do that one. Whatever. Now we need ourselves a dad joke. Let's go, why did the turkey cross the road? And we'll leave that as one line, and then we'll just make another line. Send save message again. To prove it wasn't chicken. Ha 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 ha. Too many dots. Alright, that'll do. That's basically all we need to do as far as this mod goes. Click save. Now we need to export it. I'll get rid of some spaces. Not a big fan of having useless spaces. I like this one. You know, you like a space between what you're doing, but didn't need one at the end there. I actually need a return true in here. Yep, there we go. Okay, so we've saved it. Now we've got to export it. We go JAR file. Now I don't have a folder already, which is down here. So what I'm going to do is just browse to where I was. You got to get to your Wurm Unlimited dedicated server mods folder. You want to create yourself a new one. I'm just going to call it joke. And in that one, I'm going to joke.jar save. Now that's created that part down there. We need to look for joke up here. There it is. So we got joke ticked in there. We got mods joke.jar, and we'll hit finish on that. Let's see, we shall go to our Wurm Unlimited folder. We want to go to mods, create a new, and just create text, I'm pretty sure. We're going to call it joke, and change text to properties, and I'll say sure, and I'm like, yeah, I'm sure. I can just open that up. I'm just going to make this easy on myself and go over here and copy that. Alright, so class name is the is what the class is called, obviously, which was back over here. And the class is your package and then dot class, which is there. So the class name is that, but you need all of that because it's part of the package. So we need org, Coldy, Wurm Unlimited, mods, joke, and joke again. So if you name that something else, then obviously you'd have to put something else as the class name. Alright, so org, Coldy, Wurm Unlimited, mods, joke. That's the package to that point, and then this part here is the name of the class. So that's all that is. Now the class path, that is, where are we? That is what's in here. So joke, there it is. So whatever that is called is what you need. So joke.jar. So we need joke.jar. Shed class loader, that's to do with the mod loader. Sometimes you don't need it, sometimes you do. I just put it there anyway, so it doesn't matter. And you save that, and that is all you need in there. And well, this is our thingy. So all we've put in is player message listener. So anytime a player types /joke, then it should do communicator to that person, which is they're the communicator. Send safe server message, which I think is the green text from memory. Why did the turkey cross the road? And then the next line will say to prove it wasn't chicken. That'll pop up at the same time. There's no gap or anything. Now to test that, we're going to launch. I just have a shortcut to launch it. And start offline, so that makes it on the LAN, local area network, and that's booted it up. Start our client, and the client doesn't need to have any mods or anything like that for this specific thing that we've done. In some cases they do, but in this case they could have just a straight default thing. Don't need that up there. You have to see a little bit of what I've been working on. I got my pictures going, I got my teddy bears, work in progress with a chess set, teddy bears. Now then, what we needed though was /JOKE. When it says, why did the turkey cross the road? ... to prove it wasn't chicken. So the mod works. I type that in local. If you type it in trade, I don't know what will happen because trade specifically needs the at and what the the want to buy, want to sell, want to trade, or the at name person. So it'll probably still pick it up, but it won't actually post to trade anyway. It'll give you a message. Yeah. So it did work, but nothing was posted to trade because trade is specifically looking for that. So it wouldn't matter if you were whispering it to a person and you just typed /joke because it is still going to come up. Nothing was posted there because of the slash. If I had made it just joke without the slash, then the text would go through and then it would do it over there. But because I did /joke, then nothing is getting typed wherever they're trying to look for stuff. So there you go. Very simple. That was just doing the checking for the player typing. That's all that is. Simple as that. I'll jump out of that one there and I'll close this one down. If you wanted to take it a little bit further, to add something else in there, I don't know. Let's see what I did in this one. Player login listener. There you go. We'll use that one. Again, it's going to give us a swirly. It's going to say, hey, you need to import. We'll click import. And then it's going to say, hey, you need to implement. Add unimplemented stuff. That's what, quick to resolve. Could not do it. Oh dear. That one is to there. That's funny. Why didn't it add it? Here we go. Just messed around. We're just going to change that arg0 to player. Now, when a player logs into the server, this code will be done. So you could post a message saying that somebody has logged in, but I don't know what I'm going to do actually. Oh, I can put a message on their thingy. Yeah, communicator dot send. We'll do the save message again. Come up as green. We'll say, hi, welcome to the server. Stay a while and listen. That's a bit of a reference to Diablo 2. Oh God, I can't remember what his name was. Anyway, hi, welcome to the server. Stay a while and listen. So get rid of those spaces underneath it. Don't need them. Get rid of those as well. I'll leave one space there. Okay, so this listens for a player to log in. When a player logs in, it will do whatever code's in here, and I'm going to tell it to just say, hi, welcome to the server. People generally take a little bit of time to log in, so the message may get, how can you put it? There's a lot of stuff that gets put up. So that message may be at the top and they may not even see it. But anyway, we're going to save that. We're going to export it. And we're going to, I think it was joke. Yeah, there it is. So we got joke ticked. We got joke down here. If you get those different, then you can mess things up. So, it's always a good idea just to check. Hit on the finish. Says, do you want to overwrite? Yes, I do. Now we can start the server up. And we can start this one up as well. It's on the local area network. Join on that one. Okay. So all the usual stuff was done first, and then at 1 second after, and then there's no players, and then it says, "Hi, welcome to the server. Stay a while and listen." And then another message came up after, "Type help for available comments." I don't even know what that is. I've never done that. Help. Toggle CA, help, give, dump markers. Wow, I've never looked at that stuff before. No Xmas, there must be like GM commands. Okay, anyway, so hi, welcome to the server, stay a while and listen. So that proves that it all works, just like that. Obviously there's a lot more things that can be done. Let's get out of there and there. Let's see, what have I got? Die maker. We have configurable. Configurable is getting the information from the properties file. So if you ever have properties file where the server admin has to put in stuff for you to use in the mod, that's what the configurable is for. And I can go down there. So what you'll end up with is something like this, which passes the string. So you have a string, you're going to pass it to an integer, and you're going to, it's called target ID in the thingy, and you're going to, yeah. So I always end up just naming them exactly the same so that it doesn't matter if what's doing what. And this is already declared earlier on in the mod, which is up here, static int target ID 1117. So yeah, so that is your configurable. That is the properties file there, properties. So you get your property and that sort of stuff, and that's where you get your information from the properties file to use into the mod. What else have we got? That was configurable, initiable, and initiable. Oof. That is code which I don't even have anything in there, so it's not doing anything at the moment, but that is done when the server starts. So you know how the UI came up, so this is the initiable, so that code would be done already, so it's doing it when, you know, with reading the mods, so that code would be done now. And then when you click start server, that is the server started listener. So that code is done when the server gets launched, basically. So which is this code here on server started. That's where you put in your actions and stuff like that, and yeah, generally hooks and things like that will go in that area. One thing you can do which doesn't need anything up there is a get version. So you can do public string get version and then return, it's a string, and it just do like version 2, version 3, version 6.8, whatever you want. When the server is started, which is still there actually, it will say the version. Here it is. So version 2.0, 2.0, 3.0. So the version is actually listed in the log and on the thingy here for the mods. So that's generally a good thing because it can let people know if they've got an old one. So you post on the forum version 3.8 and they've got version 3.0, they can easily tell that the one that they've got is out of date because they can just look at it. You know, so that's where it comes up as listed. You could probably put in the properties file as well if you really wanted and things like that. But anyway, items. So here we have item templates created listener. This is going to create your items. So on item templates created, and then you'll need to have another where it's just called die maker. This one here. So to do that, do new, and then this is the class over there, die maker items, and then this one again you have to put your package at the top for die maker, which is that one there, and then your public class and that sort of stuff. It's very similar, but then in here you have your public die maker, and then you create your items in here. So you use your create item templates and that sort of stuff, and you put it all in there. Yeah, it looks pretty much like that. If you really want to look at the stuff you can play around with, doesn't matter. Yeah, that's pretty much the basics. If you can start working from there, you can start, doing different stuff, really. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you learnt something. If you want to get into it, it's all good. If you don't, it's still all good, man. It's all good. Enjoy. Thank you.